Members of the legal profession, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the election campaign launch of Dennis Kwok, who is standing for election as the Legislative Council member of the Legal Functional Constituency. My name is Jennifer Leung and I am a member of Dennis's campaign team. We realize that it is now lunchtime, but because of very strict election regulations, we are unfortunately not able to serve any snacks today, and I would like to apologize on behalf of the entire team. And that is a very important point we want to get across right at the start. I'm very sorry about this, and I'll try my best to not ramble on, not to let you starve. 各位法律界嘅朋友、傳媒嘅朋友、各位來賓，大家好，歡迎嚟到郭榮鏗大律師嘅誓師大會。我係今日嘅司儀 Jennifer。郭榮鏗即將參加今年嘅立法會法律界功能界別選舉，希望得到大家嘅支持，成為法律界嘅代表。一陣間除咗 Dennis 本人，我哋仲請得幾位戰友同埋支持者上台發言。咁發言嘅環節呢，大約係30分鐘。之後我哋會有影大合照嘅機會同埋傳媒採訪嘅時間。Today, we will not only hear from Dennis, but also from some of his closest friends and supporters, who are here to tell us why Dennis is an excellent candidate and the right man for the job. The speeches will last for about 30 minutes, which will be followed by a photo opportunity and finally a media session with Dennis. To kick off today's proceedings, we will now invite Edward Chen SC, former Bar Association chairman and current member of the election committee representing the legal sector, to speak to us about his support for Dennis. 我哋首先請上台發言嘅係前大律師公會主席同埋現任選舉委員會法律界嘅選委陳景生資深大律師，有請。
I'm indeed honored to be asked to give the first speech in this kick-off ceremony of Dennis Kwok for his election campaign. Now, I realize, as everyone here does, that the slogan today is "Our values must live on." Indeed, what is our value? Well, the pamphlet that we all have in our hands shows that our value is the rule of law, freedom, and social justice. And of course, these are the core values for Hong Kong. And over the years, actually, we cultivated this value, and indeed, it has now been entrenched and recognized by all people in Hong Kong that these should be the values. And of course, ever since we have our basic law, since 1997, on top of these basic values and in supplement thereto, we are also supposed to have democracy. And our supposed democracy is that we should have an elected CE and we should have universal suffrage. But now, we have now gone through some 15 years ever since 1997. And these promises have still not been delivered. And I think we all know why. And in this respect, I think it is very important that we should have a strong Legco, manned by strong Legco member, dedicated to these core values and dedicated to support democracy and to realize what we were promised by the basic law. And in this respect, I think Dennis is really the right person. Dennis, as we all see from what he said about himself, his autobiography, very briefly set out in the pamphlet that I shouldn't really be taking your time to read out. He certainly is a dedicated member of the legal profession, and I'm quite sure that he can deliver what he promised. And what is more important, even on the on the sort of less macro scale, talking about our profession, we realize that over 58.8% of our practicing solicitors are members with less than 15 years standing. And the figure for the bar is about 53.8%. So it's very much, it's a very close situation. What it does show is that really over half of our members are younger members. And of course, within the profession, there are differences in interest. There are those who are very successful, and some of them like Audrey Yu and Martin Lee, and Dennis Chang, of course. That a lot of the young members always have aspiration too. But on the other hand, of course, there are problems faced by the more junior end. Now, in this respect, we do have a very good candidate, Dennis, who had been both a solicitors as well as a barristers, and he appreciates the problem on both sides of the profession. And of course, the last thing I'd like to mention is this. Having seen two members of my chambers, Audrey Yu and also Margaret Ng, working as Legco member, the one thing that I realized is that Legco members is not all roses, but it is just all roses and no bed. And, well, Audrey obviously lost a lot of her practice, and Margaret obviously will never really manage to pick up a big practice as she deserves. Now, in this respect, Dennis, the one word of warning that I have to give to you is this. To be a Legco member does require a lot of work and dedication. It is not really an occasion for you to try to elevate yourself in the social ladder, to gain contact and influence politically, to be able to take a few photographs with leaders in the country and enhance your practice. Now, those are the very important things. We expect you to work and work hard. Dennis, can you deliver?